Hey, this is Bonecrusher. On today's show, we have Shawty Red, the inventor, to me, of trap music. Man, not just to me, to Atlanta, of trap music. We're going to go over his sound, the way he makes beats, the way he does his thing, his feeling, his energy. He's going to let you know a little bit of some of the secrets about how and why he loves music so much, man. We're going to do 7 questions in 7 seconds with Shawty Red, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in. It's going to be fun, man. Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun. All right. So we got 7 questions and 7 seconds with me, Bonecrusher, an origin story with the ATL greats, right?
Okay.
Tonight, we have my good friend, one of the best producers ever, Shawty Red.
Ooh, I like that. What's up, man?
What's happening?
Man, that's coming from a legend, man. I like that.
Hey, man.
I'm a great. I'm considered a great.
You are, yes.
Oh, man.
You're beyond great. You're legendary, sir.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Man, salute for the love, bro.
Hey, man, it's real. It's real. Hey, first question. Tell the humans listening now your origin and where it all started with you and your love for music.
Oh, man, just like growing up as a kid, like my grandpa was a preacher. So we used to go to church a lot. So they made us play all the instruments in the church. So it was like one of my cousins would play drums, the next one would play piano, and we just switch, and then, doing that. And then my mom was a huge Prince fan.
Right.
So we stayed watching Prince. And when I seen Prince, I just like, man, I got to play the piano.
Right.
And they bought me a little Casio, and I've been playing ever since. I think I was like 7, 8, and I just perfected my skill.
Wow.
So,
question number 2. You, to me, are the start of the new age and the real age of trap music, right? On the production, what was your mind state back then on the type of musical style you wanted to bring to the industry?
I mean, be honest, like, I was listening to Raheem the Dream and, Lyrical Giants.
Ah, boy, you going back.
I come from that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm listening to all this music and the bass. You know what I'm saying? I love the bass. I just love the bass and the hypeness. So, I wanted to, I actually took 808s from booty shake music.
Right.
Because I also, my dude Half Pipe, I don't know if you remember Half Pipe.
Sound familiar.
Half Pipe, he used to do a lot of beats for Uncle Luke.
Okay. Yeah.
So he basically like was showing me how to use the SP1200. So when I heard that 808,
raw,
you know what I'm saying? I was like, ooh.
That
so
1200 bass was something else.
Yeah.
Man.
So I started just creating my own, and then I was like, I couldn't play a bass line on the keyboard, because I didn't think them bass lines was dope.
Right.
So I just started using the 808, and really like I was doing the booty shake beat, and I made a mistake when I first got my MPC 2000, and it slowed down on me.
Right.
And that was the bounce.
Hey. The mistake ended up being your signature sound.
Right.
Wow, that's crazy, bruh.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's usually the case, though. When we're not thinking, we always make the better thing, right?
Right.
And you always, to me, man, your sound is always raw and very driven. It's big, right? And when I hear your beats, man, they sound like semi-trucks coming down the highway blowing horn. You know what I'm saying?
Dope, yeah.
That's crazy, man. So I'm going to go back to 2005, right? How do you feel about the first time you heard your music first in the cars, right? For us, for me, I know for me, when we first heard the music in the cars, that meant that we had something. And then to hear it on the radio, you know what I mean? Trap or die. Let's go through that.
I mean, actually, like, the first time I heard my music was Drama, and that was 1999.
That is Drama, that's right.
Left, Right, Left, because I did that whole album.
Left, Right, Left. You know what's so crazy? We were just talking to Pastor Troy, and he brought you up talking about, yeah, man, I'm a big fan of Shawty Red.
That's my boy, man.
Of course.
Like, he the first artist that, like, really messed with me, before everybody else really knew who I was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, Drama, how did that feel?
Man, I seen it on MTV Jams one day. I was like, oh, we on. You know what I'm saying? Because Atlanta always show love. So you gonna, it's different when you hear it in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But when you see it like take off everywhere,
Right.
That's like, man, like I still get chills when I hear my music playing now. You know what I'm saying?
You do. You know what's so crazy about it, man? What I do appreciate about you all the time, man, I never told you this, but I've always loved the fact that you're very transparent and very honest and innocent in the way you feel about your grooves.
Right.
Right? And that to me means so much. And I think that it comes from the fact that you, for all of us, it comes from the fact that we learn on machines, right? And we learn that we can make mistakes and all that stuff, and we had to humble ourselves to the groove. And most guys from our era always humbled by the groove, right? Because you can only do so much. The groove takes over everything else, man. And I think that for you, for me, I think that you are just a great example of what the groove is, man.
Oh, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
that's big.
That's real talk, man.
That's big, man.
I mean, you've worked with some of the biggest artists, from Drama to Gucci to Jeezy to Snoop.
Bonecrusher.
To Bonecrusher. To me. I guess like to me.
You should have said your name first.
Hey, but you know, I'm going to tell you something. You know, correct grammar says I say my name last, so I say my name last.
Hey, this we talking about, you know, trap music.
Right.
Ain't nothing politically correct about that.
So, family, how do you get the most out of the artist when you're working with them?
Oh, man, because I sit with everybody.
Right.
You know, so, like, most of the time it's like we'll have a conversation before we even work. So we probably talked about, you know, a whole bunch of things within the hour, and then it's like, okay, it's time to work.
Right.
And then we just go off of what we just talked about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I start playing, and if somebody like this sound, then I just go off of that. And then most of the time the lyrical content be what we just spoke about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't really do a lot of records with people that have songs written. It's always done on the spot.
That's real.
You know?
That's real. I think the organic side of it is the difference between a beat maker and the producer.
Right.
And you are a producer like some of our other peers. But how does that coincide with the synergy to make the hit record?
I mean, you know, communication, man, it just vibes, like the energy in the room. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm working with Youngin right now, Youngin Records. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like I always ask her, like, how you feeling?
Right.
What's your mood?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To the point she be bad. Like, you know, stop asking me, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I'm asking you because so now I know the vibe. So when I already know, like, I could go off your vibe and say, okay, I'm gonna put some horns in this. I'm gonna just start with horns.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can go off your vibe and you feel a certain type of way, then I'm gonna do some orchestra, some strings, like you know what I'm saying? And if you feel like you in that lovey-dovey mood, then I'm gonna start playing Purple Rain.
You know, a lot of people don't know that about you, that you are as in depth with the R&B side of production as you are with the trap side of it, man. Like even back to your hit with Snoop with Sexual Seduction, man, and Drifter. Right? How does a producer go from trapping and street to energy of love and inspiration?
I mean, I love women. So I've always been doing those.
Amen.
Right, amen. I've always been doing the records. You know, I do them and people be like, you should play that for somebody. You know, but the only people who hear those records is people that come to my house. Because I was shy, being that I'm the trap. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they call me.
Right.
You know, I was shy to even let people hear that side.
Right.
But when, you know, Snoop called me and said, I want something different, I'm going to be ego tripping. He had already heard the Drifter record, which actually was like me just, I had my homegirl Roxy Runner over, the X-rated, the porn star.
Right.
And we got lit, and I just went in the studio, we're playing with the Drifter record, and one of the homies leaked it. You know what I'm saying? So when people mention the Drifter record, I really be like, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they play it, I'll be like, because that ain't my best work vocally.
Right.
But I'm proud of it because that's the record that got me to Sexual Seduction.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. The best stuff is the stuff we don't think is the best.
Right.
You know, and that's just real talk, man. So, let's talk about Trap or Die, right? It's one of the most influential musical energies to come from Atlanta, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you take us through your production on one of my favorite songs on the album? You know the one I'm talking about.
Man. I mean, be honest, man, you know, I don't remember. Which one you talking about?
Get Your Mind Right.
Get Your Mind Right.
Yeah.
It's so many, like, I be confused, man.
My favorite record. Well, I'm sorry, my favorite record. Get Your Mind Right.
Get Your Mind Right.
Let me talk to you.
Let me talk to you. Yeah. It was just like, man, like, I just started making it. I just started playing with the worm.
Okay.
I think I started with the worm because the drum patterns is like with him is like he want the same bounce every time. So I try to like just switch up the tone, the pitch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I already had the drums down. And then when I just was looking for the right sound, you know, I just heard the worm and I just started playing with the worm. Right. And then I built off the worm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So as soon as he heard me doing that, he just like, bitch, get your mind
right.
Excuse
me. Let me talk to you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as he heard, like, put that in now, let's record that.
Right.
I didn't even really finish the beat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I put it in, and then I started adding extra melodies after he put the vocals in, because one thing you don't want to do as a producer, not a beat maker, is when an artist is ready to go in and record, let them go in right then and there, or they're going to miss.
Yeah, you're going to miss it.
You're going to miss the vibe. So go do your shit later.
Yeah.
You know, can I cuss? Am I
tripping? Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to be professional.
No. You're good. And you just said earlier, there is no chronological order.
Right. I did say that, man. I'm contradicting myself.
There you go.
That's how you say it, right?
Yeah, contradicting.
Okay.
You got it.
I'm contradicting myself. Yeah. But
so, yeah, man, I think that your new style of production is euphoric and nostalgic. You show the world your diverse musical knowledge on drift and self-seduction that we said earlier with Snoop. How does the genius mind of Shawty Red come up with that type of energy?
I mean, you know, I got melodies in my head right now. I just love music. So, like, I got melodies in my head right now that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know me, like, I'm doing music all day.
I can feel
all day.
I can feel the energy.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I love to do. So, you know, by the time if I go back home and cut the equipment on, you know, that's what's gonna come out.
Right.
You know?
You know what's so crazy, man? Like, I have the same vibes as you do when it comes to that. Like, I wake up in the morning on grooves, man. I wake up in the morning with musical melodies in my head, and I'll be listening to some of your beats, and I'll say, yo, I can come with this, I come with that, I come with that, this, that. And I'm so humbled by working with guys like you that if it ain't all the way good, I won't tell you.
Right.
I'll be like, oh, man, it ain't right.
You've been holding a lot of records, too.
I know. I've been holding them. I finished 5 of them.
Right.
But I have yet to pay them for you.
Oh, no.
I played one. I did one, the one we did for Tigger.
I know it coming because you just messed me up a couple days ago. I was like,
I'm trying to tell you.
I was like, oh, damn.
They gotta be right though. They gotta be right. You know, it just has to be right out of respect for you, out of respect for your lineage and the things you've done, and it just has the groove has to be.
But I feel you on that. That's why, like, when I produce somebody, like, it's me as well. It's like it's me and the artist. So like I'm trying to give 210%. I'm trying to make sure that we create a hit.
Right.
I'm not trying to do nothing less. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes it get tiring because a lot of people want to do the same type of music.
Yeah.
So I get bored.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I be like, hold on, I got to take a break from trap. I'm finna go over here and start doing my R&G.
That's
you
real.
know what I'm saying? Rhythm and gangster.
Right now. That's real. That's real.
You feel me? So yeah, most definitely, man. I definitely feel you on that because it go both ways.
It does, man.
You know?
And you know, last question before the 7. Last question. Would you ever have thought that the music that you helped create, well, damn it, you created it to me, you know, would be, trap music would be as big as it is, and people are taking their versions of trap music from your dialogue and from your vibe and taking it to the world as long as it has?
Nah, to be honest, like, I never thought it because everybody was dissing me. You know, like, people that was doing the music said, that's not how you do an 808. That's not how you EQ it.
Right.
You know, it was time that I would go in the studio and people would be mad because they weren't familiar with that sound. And it was like, nah, it's it's distorted. Like, it's not right. So they wouldn't want to, mix it and stuff. So a lot of times when I was building this wave, you got turned down. So, my team, I had a good team that always believed in me. So, like, soon as somebody turned me down, they amped me up. Like,
that's real.
Like, fuck that. You the truth. Keep going.
You got to have a good foundation, man. That's real. True people around you.
Yeah, shout out to Twin Production.
So, this next section of 7, family, what 7 songs can you say that you're playing in your Rolodex of music that people will be surprised that Shawty Red is listening to?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if I want to give them that.
You got to.
Okay. Red Wine, UB40.
It's crazy. I just was listening to that record the other day.
I like UB40.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. I got Prince.
Oh yeah. Which records from Prince?
Man, all of them.
All of them. Name one of them.
Beautiful ones. The beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh man. The beautiful one.
That's my favorite one.
Wow.
Yeah, one of my favorite.
That's a good one.
And then who else? Sade.
Sade.
What is it? Ordinary Love.
Yeah, that's a dope one.
Then it's Phil Collins when he was with that group. I think it was
Genesis.
Yeah. I can't remember the exact song.
Which record?
I think it was the Miami Vice record. If I'm not
yeah.
I can feel it.
Falling in the air and
yeah. So how many is that so far?
You got
that 4?
4 more. 4 more? Yeah.
Ooh. Sexual Seduction by Snoop Dogg.
Why not? Why not?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 2 more. That's a hard record too.
These 2 is gonna be crazy. Isley Brothers, In Between the Sheets.
Bing, bing,
Yeah. Got to.
Yeah, man.
And then let me see, this is gonna be my last one. Let me see. Cause I know I'm gonna get home and be like, why I didn't say that one?
Right.
You know? Man. Seal.
The
Batman song.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one. The Seal, yup.
That's a hard record, man.
Yes, sir.
That's a good one. You know, that Seal record, man, was I like that record. That record made me like the whole soundtrack, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because Prince did that whole soundtrack, didn't he?
Oh, I think that was the first Batman.
That was the first Batman?
Yeah. Prince did the first Batman soundtrack.
That's right.
And then Seal came with the other one. You know,
right,
I think.
Right.
Yeah. But that was hard.
Yeah, it was.
That record. You know.
Yeah, it was.
But like all those records that I picked, like it, that's like where my sound come from.
Yeah, definitely. I could definitely see that, especially on the Umbrella album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can feel all that on that record. That album. Yeah. So we're going to 7 questions in 7 seconds, right? Something personal to you, and we're going to go now. You got to answer me in 7 seconds. First question. MPC or Native Instruments?
MPC.
Club Nicky's or the Gentleman's Club?
Gentleman.
Late nights, I already know the answer to this one, or early mornings?
Late nights.
Your fried chicken or your fried fish?
Fried fish.
Really?
Yeah.
Growing up, what was your favorite album?
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. That's facts. What's the only thing you have to have, the one thing you have to have in the studio?
My equipment.
That's real.
Shit.
This is going to be a hard one.
You feel me?
Number 7. Movies or bowling?
That is a tough one.
Come on.
Man, movies, man.
Movies?
It's going to have to be
over
movies.
bowling?
Yeah, we going through the COVID.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm watching movies all day.
That's real. That's real.
You feel me? They first.
That's right. That's right. We'd like to thank Shawty Red for showing up today and having a wonderful time with us.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
We appreciate your lineage, man, and your heritage and what you've done for the city of Atlanta, man. I'm very grateful that you're here, and I appreciate you as a friend.
Oh man, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Well, I am Storyteller, one half of Crusher Consulting, sitting down with one of my favorites, my brother, Shawty Red, in the building on the track. I want to know, this is really special, this 7 question and 7 second segment and this origin story that we're producing. I want to know, have you ever been able to tell your complete story? Have you ever felt left out, or have you ever felt like, over the years, maybe you didn't get those phone calls for those special moments where you got your flowers, you got your credit?
Oh, to be honest, like, I haven't really told my story because certain things, like, you couldn't talk about it at the time. I could talk about it now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people going through it. But to be in this profession and to be politically correct, you can't say certain things.
That's very true.
Or they'll try to, what I'm saying, blackball you.
That's
put
right.
you in the box.
That is so true.
You know what I'm saying? So I tend to like just, as of right now, I got a documentary I'm working on. So that's when I'm gonna speak on a lot of things.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
That's why I'm talking now.
Nice. Nice. I was just about to say, like, a lot of people get left out, and that's why this origin story is so special for Atlanta. I think a lot of the Atlanta greats deserve to have their voice and deserve to have their story told, and told by them, told the right way, from their own history.
Yeah.
But I want to know, what did you think about the interview with Bone, and what was that experience like, sitting down with a person that was there, that knows, the other end of the story?
I mean, it's dope because, I always look up to Bonecrusher.
Yeah.
That's my bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to work with him, like, before I even got in the music business. So to sit here and have him, do an interview with me talking about the culture of the music, and I end up being a part of it with him, I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's a sense of comfort.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I give him much props. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend. So, to be in that same bracket of the legends, I feel like that's dope.
Yeah. Well, it's really cool to watch him from the sidelines, and because I've been around you and recorded with you too, and, seen you in your moment and in your element. And it's good to see and hear those things that you never knew. Like, I've talked to you for, I don't know how many hours, how many times I've been around you, and there's still pieces of you that the world never really hears. So I'm glad that we're having a lot of these segments where people can learn a little bit more and get a little bit more insight as to who that person really is and who Shawty Red is. And what do you think is your favorite part of the interview? Was it the 7 questions? Because those questions were just for you. The 7 songs is like, how do you narrow down 7 songs? People would be surprised. Or did you like the 7 seconds segment?
I mean, to be honest, I enjoyed the whole interview.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you work hard to even, get this type of acknowledgement,
that's right.
You gotta take it all in. You know what I'm saying? So I just enjoyed the whole interview. You know what I'm saying? That I'm glad that somebody wanted to do an interview. Because, like how we talking now is like, you get left out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you kind of like paved the way, and people don't, understand that. So when you get opportunities like this, I think it's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? It's like even sitting in this room, it's like I started in patchwork.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
who would have known that?
Right.
That's
so,
part of the story.
You feel me? So for me to be sitting in this room, like I done worked on this board.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's pretty dope.
Shout out to Patchwork.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out to Patchwork.
I think it's amazing that Bone gets to give you your flowers and you get to acknowledge him as well. And I mean, thank you for being one of the ATL greats and being a part of this origin story. I can't wait for people to see these. Is there anything that you want people to learn or get from these? What do you think people are going to get from watching your segment?
I mean, I think they're going to get like, just respect the culture. You know what I'm saying? Respect people that help pay the way for you to be doing what you're doing.
Right.
I don't think we get a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like soon as somebody get on, then they hating on the next person. And Atlanta never really was like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just think like when you see like people like Bonecrusher and Pastor Troy, Shawty Red, like, you know, we kind of helped pave the way. We went against the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To make, you know, to help make, you know, the city be as dope as it is now. You know what I'm saying? So I think they'll get that.
Yeah, breaking the chains. And I think it's necessary for each generation.
Yeah, you gotta stay humble in it.
Yep. But you gotta bring the history with you.
Yeah.
You have to know the foundation.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But thank you for coming and bringing
Thank you.
all these unforgettable moments, some moments that we never knew. I think it's going to be super exciting. We're great to have you a part of it. Shawty Red on the track.
I appreciate you. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Yes.
You know I was going to do that.
That's my brother. I have so much love for you. Thank you so much again for being a part of this origin story.
Thank you.
And you are truly one of the ATL greats.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.